Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome to our midday briefing. Today is Friday, 8th of July. Let me start by reading for you the message of President von der Leyen on the passing away of Prime Minister Shinzo Abe this morning. She has written, "A wonderful person, great Democrat, and champion of the multilateral world order has passed away. I mourn with his family, his friends, and all the people of Japan. This brutal and cowardly murder of Shinzo Abe shocks the whole world." We, of course, join the mourning also here from the press room. Let me now update you, like every Friday, on the President's agenda for next week. So we start with Monday, 11th July in La Hulpe. The President will host a college seminar in preparation for the State of the Union speech in September. The focus of the discussion will be the economy and energy security. With introductory impulse via VTC by Professor Esther Duflo, Department of Economics at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, and by Dr. Faith Birrell, Executive Director of the International Energy Agency. There will also be contributions which will bring for sure food for thought to the seminar, and they will be delivered by external thinkers like Beatrice Weber Di Mauro, professor at International Economics in the Graduate Institute of Geneva, and a distinguished fellow at the INSEAD Emerging Markets Institute in Singapore. Anne Applebaum, journalist and historian, will also contribute. And finally, Ivan Krastev, chairman of the Center for Liberal Strategies and permanent fellow at the Institute for Human Sciences, IVM of Vienna. In the afternoon, still on Monday, the President will receive Winfried Kretschmann, Minister President of Baden-Württemberg. On Tuesday, she will receive Roberto Fico, President of the Chamber of Deputies of Italy. Puis le mercredi, l'ensemble du collège se rendra à Luxembourg. Le collège tiendra la réunion hebdomadaire pour marquer le 70e anniversaire de la première réunion de l'Haute Autorité de la Communauté européenne du charbon et de l'acier. Dans l'après-midi, toujours à Luxembourg, le collège tiendra une réunion avec les membres de la Cour des comptes européenne. Enfin, vendredi, la présidente von der Leyen accueillera au Berlaymont une cérémonie de présentation des lettres de créance des ambassadeurs d'État tiers. And then a short housekeeping point for today, which I'm sure can be of interest for all. This afternoon, for the first time since the beginning of this mandate, and of course after the COVID period, we will have a reflection day, a team building event for our service. Therefore, we do ask for your understanding if we're not able to reply immediately to your questions. We will, of course, get back to you as soon as possible, and we do thank you very much in advance for your understanding. Finally, let me welcome a group of visitors from the VUB Summer School here in Brussels. We are very happy to have you here in the press room, and we hope that you will enjoy your visit here today with us. Welcome again. Okay, so this is the end of our announcements for today. We are happy to take your questions. Mose, we start with you.
Mose Appelblad from Brussels Times. Well, I have a question related to the enlargement process and let's say the transition of the EU presidencies from France to the Czech Republic. It's about, let's say, if you can comment or assess, let's say, the talks, if there are any talks at all between North Macedonia and Bulgaria on the so-called, let's say, revised proposal of France just before it finished the presidency on, let's say, solving the, let's say, the stalemate in their relations. How do you, let's say, assess the prospects of a breakthrough? And in particular, I would like to ask if you can confirm that that proposal contains, let's say, an idea that the bilateral issues between the two countries, North Macedonia and Bulgaria, concerning, let's say, his history and language and identity, should be solved in the framework of the accession negotiations. Is that something the Commission could support? Thank you.
Thank you very much. As you see, Anna has joined me here, so I leave the floor to her.
Thank you very much, Mose. I think that, so following the delivery of the revised French proposal, you've probably seen that Prime Minister Kowalewski has announced a broad consultation process with all relevant stakeholders that needs to take place. This consultation process is ongoing, and of course, deciding on this revised proposal is, of course, a sovereign decision by North Macedonia. We are, of course, following very closely the events and the debates that are taking place in North Macedonia. And concerning the specific content, I think that you know that the government has actually made the documents public, so you can check them on their website.
Thank you, Anna. Are there other questions for Anna on the files she covers? Do not see any hands raised on this. Thank you very much, Anna. Other questions? I see one in the chat, and then I'll come back here in the press room. Lorenzo, the floor is yours. Lorenzo, we lost you. We had you for a second, but you're gone.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, hi.
Okay, good. Sorry. It's always difficult to understand. My question is about taxonomy, which was confirmed by the Parliament and will most probably be confirmed by the Council as well. The question is quite specific. I would like to understand if the Commission has made any analysis of the member states that have the conditions in order to apply for the taxonomy conditions for investments in nuclear and gas, because there are some very strict conditions for gas, for instance, about the emissions of the power plants, gas-fired power plants, or the fact that there is already phasing out of the coal plants with a precise deadline. So, does the Commission have a study and analysis of which member states will actually be able to use the taxonomy for nuclear and coal, given their present conditions? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lorenzo. Of course, we welcome the result of the votes by the Parliament of the other day. I'm looking at Dan to see if we can already provide you with a reply on eventual studies. I don't think we have an immediate answer on this, but it's of course noted, and we will get back to you. Other questions here from the press room?
Thank you. It's Nacho Racon from El Confidencial, Spanish newspaper. You know what's gonna ask? I'm gonna ask about the Spanish National Statistical Institute. You know all the context. The president resigned 2 weeks ago for personal reasons, but only after criticism by the government for the way the institute calculates the evolution of prices and GDP. This week, the European Statistical Governance Advisory Board, whose opinions I know are not binding, expressed serious concern about the situation. I want to know if the Commission is also concerned and if it is in contact with the Spanish government on this particular case. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I believe that we have indeed been in touch bilaterally on this already. As you know, we have taken note of the press release published by the European Statistical Governance Advisory Board. Of course, in general, as provided by the Treaty on the Functioning of the EU and elaborated in the European Statistical Code of Practice, the Commission and Eurostat is committed to statistical principles which ensure that production of union statistics should be conformed to impartiality, reliability, objectivity, scientific independence, cost effectiveness, and statistical confidentiality. But as I said, we have taken note, and at this stage we have no further remark. Go ahead.
But independence of the institute is not just a principle. I mean, it's laid out in the regulation 223/2009, amended in 2015. So you, as guardian of the treaties, have to make sure that this independence, that is not just scientific independence, but also the independence of the members, and especially the presidents of the institutes, is respected. So how is the Commission making sure that this independence is being respected? Because I know this is only an advisory body, but the last press release of this advisory body was on the Greek case. So it seems that it's not just another day in the office, it's more serious. So how is the Commission making sure that a regulation, EU law, is respected in your role as guardian of the treaties? Thank you.
Of course, we are aware that Mr. Rodriguez Pou has left office. We do not have any further comment on this specifically. Of course, we are committed to independence, but as you have rightly said, the European Statistical Governance Advisory Board, which is made of 7 independent members, advises the Commission on the implementation and communication of the European Statistical Code of Practice. Its opinions are not binding on the Commission. We can decide which recommendations can be taken into the account. For the time being, as I said, we have taken note of the report and we have no further comments, so I'll leave it at that. No other questions on this topic, not here in the press room, nor online. Do we have questions on other topics today? Tommaso from remote.
Yes, good morning. Thank you for the floor. Tommaso Gallavotti in Kronos, Italy. It's just a question. I know it is not strictly in your remit, but the dollar has, the euro has almost reached parity with the dollar on forex markets. I wonder if you are worried by this development, because it's a multi-year minimum and clearly the markets are foreseeing a recession in Europe, and also the dollar has gained appeal, I guess, with the policy on interest rates by the Fed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tommaso. As you know, the Commission does not comment on market movements. Monetary policy is for the ECB, so I would really have no further comment to make. Other questions on this here in the press room? No, from remote neither. Questions on other topics? I do not see hands raised. Not here in the press room nor from remote. So, sorry, I see one in the chat. Let me read it out loud. I would like to have the figures of the recent batch of monkeypox vaccines deliveries in Portugal, Germany, and Belgium. Emilie from Agence Europe. Is this something we can already provide to Emilie? Adalbert.
Hello, Emily. I do have some numbers to hand, so I can read them out for everyone's entertainment. We have a first delivery of 5,300 doses to Spain, another delivery of 5,300 doses to Germany, as well as a delivery to Portugal of 2,700 doses and a delivery to Belgium of 340 doses. And of course, things may have evolved since I got this information, so we will also confirm that to you in writing.
Thank you very much, Adalbert, for the very precise figures that you have given to us. Other questions on monkeypox vaccines or other healthcare-related matters? Do not see any here in the press room nor online. Thank you very much, Adalbert. Again, open the floor to questions on other topics in case something has come to your mind in the meantime. Does not seem to be the case. So this brings us to an end of this midday press briefing. Let me remind you again that this afternoon we are on our reflection time together, so be patient with us in getting your answers. We will come back as soon as we can. and then see you on Monday at the midday press briefing. Have a lovely weekend. Goodbye. Thank you.